Hello, let's continue to make a film. Today I'd like to show the process of making one of the props for the film, a suitcase. But we won't start from scratch, instead we're going to use photogrammetry, scanning real object, using photo camera and then translating data to computer. Then we will use the mesh as a reference and reproject textures from real suitcase. Usually you need a perfectly lit studio for this, but in our case I will take photos just outside. First we need to clean it up a bit for a cleaner scan, but not too much in order to keep a bit dirty texture. If you scan outdoors, it's important to have a really cloudy day, with no wind. But the day I was shooting it was really windy, meaning clouds move very fast and lighting changes a lot, which is really bad for scanning an object. But I did it anyway. At first I thought about having these locks closed, but I guess it would add extra touch on having them as they are. Then I took about 70 photos. Usually for a similar object as this suitcase, you need to start from 100 photos, I guess. The process of scanning itself was fast and fully automatic. Firstly, I got an initial array of points. Then I generated dense point cloud, from which software builds the mesh itself. Next step in a typical workflow would be cleaning the scan and making a new clean mesh on top of it. In our case, I went right to the modeling of a new mesh, on top of which I will project textures from our scan. First will be the locks. Luckily, on this suitcase there are many symmetrical parts. Here we need some edges to create circular topology for rivets and keyhole. Next will be latches, I guess that's how they are called. Then I noticed that I made a mistake in this part. It's probably the most complex detail on this suitcase. Moving further with a rather simple detail. On the corners we have these details, there are 8 of them in total. Here I made rivets as separate objects, because the surface is curved and it's difficult to keep it smooth. Next are hinges. To make top part, I just copied the bottom one. And the rivets. For making the shape of the suitcase itself, I need to get rid of metal parts, starting from the top part, and the same thing for the bottom one. After finishing the modeling process, all parts needs to be adjusted to have closer shape to the original scan. After projecting texture on our new mesh, some areas needs to be repainted, because they haven't been processed very well. Stitches also didn't survive my scanning, so I am adding volume to them. Final step will be adding a bit of dirt on top of projected texture. And here is the final result. Next time we'll take a look at some vegetation, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.